Welcome to the Loveland All Sports Podcast, where the land of love can get updates on not only Loveland sports, but learn and discuss many sports topics. Shoot any ideas you want to lovelandallsports@gmail.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook at the Loveland All Sports Pod. Loveland All Sports Pod is sponsored by Meredith DeWitt of Brittany Fritz Realty, Loveland's #1 boutique brokerage. Contact Meredith for any of your real estate needs at meredithbfteam@gmail.com. This week, we spent some time with Loveland girls and boys varsity tennis coach Jenny Kapszukiewic, or as the team calls her, Coach K. Coming off a very successful girls season where we came in first for the ECC conference and came in second in the ECC final tournament, we still have one player in Marley Fleming continuing on to districts to keep her season going. There will be no test on how to spell Coach Kapszukiewic's last name, but we will learn quite a lot about Coach K's upbringing in Europe, how she got to Purdue to play tennis, and her passion for helping kids and including as many that are willing to participate. All right. Well, good evening, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. We're sitting here with Coach Jenny Kapszukiewic, the Loveland varsity girls and boys tennis coach. I've known Jenny for a long time because of our older boys and
That's
baseball
right.
they played, and how involved she's been with Loveland, and we've been with Loveland, going back to Tiger Balls with the
Yes.
Valleys and all that.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so there's been a lot of recent success with Loveland tennis. And so it hit me a couple weeks ago. I said, all right, I need to interview.
Thank
Not just
you.
be football, baseball.
Right.
We need to get,
We love the support.
you
Yeah,
got to
love
get the
shout
other
out.
sports involved too. So first thing I know you get is, I'm sure you get this often, but do you make the girls spell your last name before they can play?
I do not. I go by Coach K. Not
Coach K.
Krzyzewski, but
Okay.
Coach Kapszukiewic.
Because knowing, we always called Matt Caps.
Right.
I mean, it just makes it easy for everybody. But I didn't know if you,
No, just Coach K.
for punishment, you have to spell my last name. So awesome. Well, congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
We have one player whose season is still going on, right?
Yes, Marley Fleming. So she just had sectionals this Wednesday and won 3 matches in a row and is moving on to districts. So this Saturday, she has to play for first, second, or third, fourth.
All
And
right.
then districts happens next Wednesday
just
at
for
Mason.
seeding.
That's for seeding. And then Centerville comes in, Dayton teams come in, the Mason draw, half of the draw comes in,
Okay.
and whoever is Northwest, I guess.
And after that, any state. If she
And after
qualifies.
that, yeah.
Oh, that's
So.
awesome. So just to read off a couple things, ECC conference title, the ECC tourney, they came in second place. The first singles team came in first place. The second singles came in second place. The third singles came in first place. And the first doubles came in third. And the second doubles came in second.
Yes.
That's absolutely that's a great season.
Thank you. Yeah. The girls played amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need to stop saying that's awesome. My kids and my wife rip on me every time they listen to the podcast because I've said it maybe twice already in 5 minutes.
Sure. You can call our team awesome. I
Your
like
team's
that.
awesome. So let's learn a little bit about you.
Sure.
Little Birdie told me a few stories about you, and you were born in Germany, and you lived there and went to German schools till 11. Tell me a little bit about that.
I was. So I have to kind of backtrack and say that it was my dad that did R2C at IU.
Yep.
Now you went to IU, so
Right.
shout out there. And then he got stationed overseas in Germany. Came back to the States after he served in the Army, met my mom, and loved it so much they went back over to Europe and joined the Department of Defense dependent schools, the DOD schools. So he was stationed in Germany doing that, and that's where my brother and I were born. They sent us to the German school, so I went to a German school until 5th grade. And then we got lucky enough, we got to move to Norway for 2 years,
Wow.
England for 3, and then Belgium, Brussels. And Brussels, Belgium is where I eventually graduated from high school
Okay.
and got lucky and got a scholarship to Purdue. So sorry, not by you
I know.
anymore.
I'm just glad to hear that we've ripped on each other over the years about IU Purdue stuff.
Right.
And I never knew till today that your dad's a Hoosier.
Yeah, he is. And my mom went to UK, so we're all over the board there. And I
Oh,
did
my
get my little
goodness.
brother to follow me to Purdue.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there's so many great things about both schools. You
Yeah,
know,
we're
there's-
more math engineering minded.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, we're more business, the business school's good.
Yeah, my dad was education, liberal arts, loved history. So
Zoe had a great opportunity to go to IU for law school.
yeah,
They gave her an amazing package.
that's awesome. But she's at
NKU,
NKU, which is where my daughter is.
Yeah, yep. So that kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
But we always said, in Bloomington, we always said, where's Purdue? And you always said, go north till you smell it, and then head west till you step in it. So I had to add that a little bit.
Nice.
So obviously, I've seen on Facebook the times when you go back to Europe traveling and things like that, but I never knew that you were from there.
Well,
so how did the tennis start?
So funny story. We were moving from Norway to England. So this was 7th, 8th grade. And we moved at the beginning of summer and we could not find a house to rent in England. So we were stuck in a hotel. So my dad started sending me to tennis camps and entering me in tennis tournaments because we had nothing else to do.
Okay.
And from there, my love just took off. And my dad had always coached tennis. So he would take me out in the tennis courts. Even when we lived in Germany, he'd go play and I'd go play in the clay.
Nice.
I didn't necessarily pick up a racket at that time, but no,
then
my
when
love
you're over
started.
there, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
When you're over there, your dad's connections help you get recruiting in the States?
So yeah, with the DoD schools, we played all the other schools. I had some pretty amazing titles that probably weren't as amazing as they sound. Like I was Central European champion,
Right. Nice.
but that was against all just the DoD schools. But it sounds very impressive.
Well,
I did send my video to the Purdue coach, so she saw how I played.
And this is back in 90?
I graduated in 89.
89.
Yeah.
So we're not doing this over Twitter or X or
Right.
whatever. We're
So
sending
VHS tape.
tapes
Yeah.
in the mail.
And so she looked at it. And it was actually funny. I got the call. I was going to go to college in William Mary and study foreign service. And then my dad happened to be up late one night and got a call from the Purdue coach. Forgot about the time change with Europe. It was like 2 a.m. He fell asleep in front of the TV, picked up the phone.
Landline.
Yes, landline.
Right.
And it was the Purdue tennis coach. Enough girls had turned down their scholarship that she had an opening. And my dad accepted on the spot, didn't even ask me. Which is huge, right? He went to IU, and he's letting me go to Purdue.
So, but the family had connections in Indiana still? Had you ever visited back and knew?
Yeah.
So you knew you were going to a cornfield?
Right. My dad was from New Albany, Indiana, and then my mom was from Louisville, Kentucky, right across the border.
Right across the river. Right.
And once my dad retired, actually, he started coaching at Indiana University Southeast, IUS. He coached there for another 13 years in tennis and taught like sports psychology in a history class.
Okay, good.
So he loved coaching tennis too.
That's great. And then he would root for you in every game, or what about when Purdue played at the end?
Well, the old Oaken Bucket. I mean, I think we have the record over IU.
I don't know.
More wins.
Well, we're 5-0 this year. You're 1-4, I think. So with two teams.
Basketball. That's not basketball. We talk IU Purdue,
but that's the great thing about IU Purdue is like neither of us are that dominant in either sport.
Yeah.
So we either both stink or we're both good, or you have a great run like you had in basketball recently.
Yeah.
Or you've had a good run this year in football, and it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't understand that rivalry because we live in Ohio.
Yeah.
And we compete for blood drives up over there. We compete in
everything.
And it's a phenomenal rivalry. So.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. What'd you study there?
I studied mathematics, X-ray sciences.
Okay. So you're using a lot of that for your current role?
Yes, 3 + 4, the intervention. So, no, it was good. I went into the research department. I ended up working at Price Waterhouse in the consulting department, and Price Waterhouse merged with with Coopers and Lybrand. Sorry.
Is that where you met?
That's where I met, and I met on the softball field.
Sense.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's a great merger for us. We were living in Washington, D.C., which had like 5 different offices.
Yeah.
So we met on a newly merged softball team.
So being the athlete with probably a pretty good swing like you had, were you jacking bombs? And Matt was like, who's that chick?
Of course. Right. I mean, my little tennis swing, I always hit it, but he played shortstop. I was playing first. Threw me the ball, and the rest is history.
And a lot of people probably know your name because for the last 11 years, you were a paraprofessional at LES, right?
Yes, that's true.
And then recently now you're summer internship coordinator at the Inter-Alliance of Greater Cincinnati. What's that about?
So Inter-Alliance helps high school kids get internships in the IT world. So the goal is to keep our talent, IT talent, local, providing high school kids with internships at like Procter & Gamble took 30 of our students this year, and they have an amazing program, and they keep on hiring the kids back and in hopes of they'll stay with P&G and stay in Cincinnati. And it gives the kids a great opportunity to see if they like the IT industry, if that's something they want to stay in. So I love it. I'm still helping kids. It's just not the little ones anymore.
Yeah.
I used to get paid with, hugs. And Mrs. K, can you help me? And now the students reach out to you. They're the real go-getters, the ones that are looking for those internships. And this year we placed 150 students in companies and schools in the greater Cincinnati area with paid internships over the summer.
Well, and I've been in the cybersecurity world for 5 years for my job.
Oh, great. What company do you work for?
I work for Checkpoint.
Okay.
It's one of the bigger firewall companies.
So if you need summer interns.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of any of that, but we don't have any local programs for high school kids. But I've talked to Keith a few times about this. Keith Coney, that is, who helps run the Interalliance Greater Cincinnati. And so many synergies with what the IT,
it's in every company.
Every company
has
it. It can be a trade. There's people that don't go to college, but they go get internships or programs in the IT world and they're set for life. Yeah. Or there's people that go get a 4-year degree or even a master's degree in this stuff.
Yeah, we work with Warren County Career Center and we were in some of the more technical schools too to help those kids get internships. They don't want to go on to college.
Well, that's great that you're able to. I'm trying to not say that's awesome, but I got to remember to bring something up to you after this. So,
okay.
Cool. So then your immediate family, we talked about your dad a lot, but what about his grandkids? You got Sophia is playing soccer at NKU after a very successful high school run. And Joey, we're all proud of Joey. He's at the Naval Academy.
He is.
He's finishing up his
senior year, just like your son. Yeah.
So that's great. And then Matt, he's coached a bunch of sports in Loveland. He's volunteered for everything under the sun.
Right.
Helped run LYBO. So I'm kind of leading you with this, but with all that sports in the background, you had to say, I got to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Why did you get into coaching? Let me ask that.
I love tennis and I love helping kids. And I just know it's been such a big part of my life. And it's always like before we had kids, Matt and I moved around a lot with his job.
Yeah.
And every new city I went to, I could find a tennis team to join and make instant friends. I think it helps build your confidence. It helps the kids. I'm a big believer that everybody should be involved in high school. It keeps you out of trouble to have something after school. So I think it's a positive thing. You get your exercise. It's good for your mental state. And I just love it. Knowing that tennis is a lifetime sport, too.
Absolutely, right.
Show the kids how much, that means. So
you've coached at the high school level for girls and boys for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And then 3 years, you said, working with the girls at the middle school.
Mm-hmm. So it's been fun having some of the middle schools
on
my high school. Yeah, this is the last group that I've had now that I coached in middle school.
So did you coach before that when you were moving around, or you just played?
No, I just played.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was in the business world before hopping over to the schools, once we moved to Loveland, I started subbing, and then I got offered a job at LES, and I just love helping kids.
Good.
Fulfilling and
tennis coaching brings it all together, if you ask me, especially high school kids. That's very difficult. A lot of people I've had on, they talk about people they know in the pros or people they know in the book. It's like, if you're going to Loveland to win state titles, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And the things that you're building for these boys and girls, that it's going to not only just play in a life sport, but things that they're going to take is immeasurable.
Yeah. I love, over the summer, we hold the camps, and to see some of these girls, year after year, come back to the camps and then join the team, and knowing, we have 25 girls try out for tennis, and we decided to keep them all this year. So I kept 11 on varsity, and we kept 14 on JV, and we just, rotated them all around to get the match experience. And I have 2 amazing coaches, Michael Amy and Nathan Libby, that I could not do this without them. Even today, I helped with a JV Coaches Classic, seeing what my future, some great tennis players, they beat Indian Hill, Lakota West, and Lakota East today in a Coaches Classic.
All larger schools?
Yeah. So, and even hearing the other coaches that compliment Nathan and Mike, they're so supportive and so great, and teaching the sportsmanship, knowing what to say. They came over and was like, how do you girls know to angle off that ball? We tell them to think about those things.
Good to hear.
So it's an awesome support, and we help each other out, covering JV, varsity.
Well, and you talked about tennis is a life sport. Do you still play?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
The competitive?
Actually, I have a match tomorrow morning. Yes, I do. Yeah. So the UCA and there's Greater Cincinnati Tennis Association.
Okay.
So.
Because that's what's neat about tennis is, my wife, Meredith, she was, for about 4 or 5 years, she was playing. And, she was like a 3.0, and then she got bumped to 3.5.
Right.
And she got bumped up to 4.
That's awesome.
And she hated it when she got to 4 because it was so
too competitive.
And everyone was so serious. And it was like, no, this isn't what I want to do. But I loved it because it got me back playing.
Right.
You can probably imagine I was your typical meathead football player growing up.
At the net, putting away all the motions.
I grew up in a condo complex in Montgomery.
Okay.
And there were tennis courts right there.
Right.
So we played baseball, we played backyard football, and all these guys played tennis.
Yeah.
So I have it in me a little bit. And then when we go on vacation or back when Mare was playing, she'd take me to the couples nights on Friday night.
Right.
I'd get yelled at all the time because I was hitting it too hard. And I'm like, and then I met my match at Harper's when their pro there, Bruce.
Oh, yes.
He's been there forever.
Yeah.
He was on the real tour in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he was taking it easy on me, and I'd forget. It was a mixed thing. So I wasn't with Meredith. I was with another woman who I never knew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Bruce, fire one at me, old school. And I returned one at Dwight 5. It was just awesome to see. He's obviously older. I'm obviously older.
Yeah.
But I had it in me to time it up. And to get one return over.
That's awesome.
An older guy that used to be a pro.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool seeing what he was like in his prime is unbelievable. So.
Yeah. So that's in middle school, it reminded me, we used to, at the end of the season, have a fun student versus a family tournament. So each of my players can invite, a parent or a sibling, or if they didn't have either that, they'd sometimes recruit a good neighborhood kid from the high school team that would come down and play with them. But that was just so fun, and seeing how competitive the parents would get.
Oh, yeah.
And the kids loved it. So
yeah, Meredith doesn't like it and even like last Father's Day, the whole family, we went and played pickleball.
Yeah.
And I had the best Father's Day ever because I beat every person on the court with one of my kids as my teammate. And that was my goal.
Awesome.
So that's pretty fun that you can take that sport and play it forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a little break here and enter what I call Josh's smoking seat.
Okay.
I've changed up my questions a little bit for you.
Okay,
for
good.
Just some obvious reasons, but we'll start off here. Skyline or Gold Star?
Skyline.
Okay. What are your European friends or family thinking?
So like my favorite restaurant here is probably Teak, the Thai. I do love Ramsey.
Right.
So we do support a lot of Loveland restaurants.
Well,
I love
no,
Indian, German schnitzel, spätzle.
Right. But then do your Gouda?
I don't. Yeah, Gouda.
You eat Gouda? Because my
yeah.
wife's grandparents came from Germany, and they would not eat Gouda.
Yeah, I don't fix it, but I would eat it. I don't take people to Skyline when they're here.
Okay, that's what I was getting.
Yeah.
Your European family, they don't.
No.
That's like what we feed the pigs over in Germany or something. All right, back to the smoking seat. Did you stay on the Bengals bus for 31 years and no playoff wins? Who's your loyalty for?
So I do, since we moved here about 17 years ago, and I do like the Bengals.
Okay.
I mean, Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Yeah, nice to look at too. No, just kidding. And I am also a Dallas Cowboys fan because of my husband.
Okay.
He loves the Cowboys. He had a substitute teacher, like in 5th, 6th grade. It was the first male teacher they'd ever had, and he converted the entire class to become Dallas Cowboys fans.
Back then, they were America's team.
Yeah.
We were either Cowboys fans or Steelers fans.
Yeah, and he's from the East Coast, so yeah.
So this is a good one for your German background.
Okay.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, Hotwurst. They don't know because they don't put it in a bun over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
So no.
What's your first concert?
First concert was Elton John in Belgium, and it was a tiny little venue.
Really?
It was one of my friend's moms that took us, took 4 of us.
How old?
I was 11th grade.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah.
You always got to have a good first concert.
Yeah, so it was amazing.
Agassiz or Sampras?
Agassiz.
Why?
I like the Wild Boy.
The Wild Boy.
There, and I love that he married Steffi Graf.
Right. But Pete's so cute.
And so funny story is my dad had sent me down to one of those military camps back in the day, and Agassiz was there. He was training there. He was at the pool.
Bald Agassiz or long-haired?
Long-haired Agassiz with the acid jeans.
Perfect. And then Venus or Serena?
Serena.
Why?
She's amazing. Yeah, she's kept it up longer and achieved it higher. Although Venus has her own style of clothes, so
they're both.
I appreciate that too.
Splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Splitting hairs. When you make a peanut butter and jelly, do you put peanut butter on one piece of bread or both pieces?
Both. Yeah. Otherwise, the jelly soaks into the bread.
Correct. It goes through the holes in your wheat bread. It goes through
peanut butter on both sides.
Peanut on both sides.
Yes.
And then, have you met any famous athletes?
Mainly tennis players. Yeah. So when we were living over in England, Boris Becker's coach at that time, he was staying at our house, and so Boris Becker actually came to our house when first time he ever went to Wimbledon, and ended up doing really well.
Wow.
So that was when I first famous. Guy. Yeah, mainly tennis. I mean, Kate McNally, right? Our local celebrity.
She's our local celebrity.
She comes and actually uses their high school courts sometimes.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah. She's a great success story. It's fun watching her and meeting her mom numerous times like we have.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Especially if you played at Harper's. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks. I was just have a little fun and get people to get to know you a little better.
Yeah.
What was painless. All right. Let's talk a little bit more about the actual tennis and the actual team. So when you started the season back in August or training in June, July, and then the season kicks off, did you have team goals for the season?
Our team goal was to beat Turpin. Turpin has won it, I don't know, the last 9 out of 10 years.
Really?
So we knew that Sarah Clark, their national player, had graduated, so that was going to move their level wasn't going to be as tough as before. So our goal was to beat Turpin and Walnut Hills.
Yeah, Walnut's always has a good program.
We did it this year. We finished first. It's been a long time since we've had that title.
Yeah, it's always, in sports like tennis, when you have a league title and then you also have a tournament.
Yeah.
What was the difference between being first in the conference and being second in the tournament?
So I'm glad you asked that, because I actually don't agree with how they score that, because during the season, that only counts for 50% of our points, how we finished in conference play, versus the one-day tournament is our other half of the points.
So combine that to determine.
And combine it to determine. So luckily, we finished first in the season and finished second. And luckily, Turpin won the tournament, but luckily they were third overall during regular season play. So otherwise, it would have been a tie.
Well, it's a longevity thing. You don't want to win but just like all college sports, we now have all these postseason tournaments. It's like, what do you want to win? The 3-day tournament in basketball, or do you want to win the whole conference?
Yeah. So I feel like it should be 75% for conference play and then like 25% tournament. But I need to write OHSA and tell them that.
I'm sure there's other people who have the same thoughts. So
depends on the sport, though, I think. Yeah.
What's your most fulfilling part of coaching tennis?
I love watching the girls grow all season, get better. Like today, big compliment. They're like, your team really knows how to play doubles. They're aggressive. They find those angles. So, like, knowing that those kids are listening to us and implementing what we tell them to do is amazing.
Yeah.
Just to see the growth.
You're coaching girls. Girls listen. It's like when I coached my daughter's basketball teams in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade. Yeah, it was travel ball, but you tell them once.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm used to coaching boys, and you got to tell them 7 times, 7 different ways.
Right.
So in the spring, you'll get back to dealing with boys.
And just telling the girls, too, like, hey, one bad point in tennis doesn't determine the match. Next point, just shake it off.
Yeah.
And seeing a lot of those girls grow mentally, some of them would get so mad. And I'm not going to call out any names, but I just don't know who I'm talking about. I mean, he used to just slap herself and hit herself with the racket. And to see, like, knowing that she can manage, like, her frustration, her anger, and just shake it off and know that you're right back in. Next point. Not like golf, right? You hit one bad shot and it takes you forward to get back on the green. Tennis, it's a clean slate every point.
It's baseball, tennis, golf. You just have to stay mentally intact.
So just watching the growth in the girls is amazing, and seeing them have fun with each other. Again, my 2 assistant coaches are amazing, positive role models that both played college tennis. So they bring a lot to the plate.
Good. So I've always wondered, how many are on the team, and how do you decide who is first, second, and third?
So how many?
You're smiling and laughing to find the terrific dancer.
Varies year to year. I'm one of the few coaches that carries a bigger team, just because I'm a big believer in letting all the girls play a high school sport. So the more I can keep and the more I can develop and the more they can stay out of trouble playing a sport, I'm a big proponent of that. Most teams only keep 7 on varsity, I kept 11, so I try to rotate them around, make sure everyone gets at least 1 or 2 matches a week. Sometimes you might sacrifice a win, but
So did you schedule more matches because of having 11?
I usually schedule close to 22. I do the maximum. Just it helps them get better at playing and becoming better tournament players the more matches we play. And then our JV kept 14.
Wow.
So he rotated them around a lot. But like we put in 2 teams for the Coaches Classic, and the varsity coaches go down and help Nathan coach those teams too.
And how many matches do they have a season?
They have a little fewer only because some of the teams don't have a JV and a varsity.
Right.
But they still probably had 17 matches, so close to the 22.
Okay. Good. So great opportunity to grow the program and get kids playing.
You asked how I determined the team. At the beginning of the season, we have tryouts, and the score just, you either win or you don't win.
So is it a one-time thing? If a kid gets better or a kid goes the other direction, will they get
sometime through the season? If we see that, we will change them around. Or sometimes, especially in doubles, team dynamics matters so much. The chemistry. So to try and figure that out. That's why I rotated. If you look at my stats, there's a lot of different combinations of doubles teams, but you can't stack, so you have to make sure you're playing them in order of strength.
Somebody can help the team being on the second doubles team better as opposed to being the second player on the first doubles team.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it takes a while to figure out what combinations work the best. And to see little Anna Forner-Raps, I mean, her growth throughout the season too. She's a basketball player first and foremost. And just to see how she's figured out the tennis game and not hit it down the middle. She's starting to run her opponent around.
Before she was just getting it
it back. Yeah.
Now she's placing it.
Yes. And the same is true for a lot of other players. So
very cool. Very cool. Tennis has got to be just as bad as what you and I have seen in baseball and what you've seen in girls basketball, but there's the different levels of kids that are uber crazy about it and do the summer tours. Then there's kids that are just going to be a varsity contributor.
Right.
How do you manage that?
So I really haven't had that much of an issue. I mean, my person that plays the most will obviously #1 singles, and she'll train year round. I have amazing supportive, amazing parents who help organize instruction at Harper's on the side too. She organizes girls and says, okay, who wants to play Wednesdays, take lessons. So the parents have been amazing at developing the girls in the off season for me. And I appreciate that. We do have summer open courts where we try and develop the kids, but I don't hold it against them if they can't play tournaments.
Yeah, obviously, if you're carrying 11 and 14 on JV, 25 total, you're giving the kids a chance that, I want to be the best varsity contributor I can be.
Yeah.
All right, I got a spot for you.
Right. And knowing that too, my daughter always played 3 sports per season. So if someone has to go off to a show choir practice or, they have a basketball conflict, I said, just let me know. I have other players I can sub in for that match. So I'm very flexible that way because I feel it's really important to be a well-rounded athlete and student. So I never hold that against them. So they let me know in advance.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You mentioned your coaches, but who helps you out? It's not just you managing 25 girls. Who helps you out you got 2 coaches, right?
Yep. So Michael Amy helps me on the varsity, and Nathan Libby does the JV.
Okay.
And one of my moms, Leslie Fleming, helps organize the off-season Harpers for me, and basically is helping me develop the players year round.
Right.
So that's amazing because I coached the boys season too.
Right. Well, that was we were getting.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
No, we're having a great conversation. So, talk a little bit about the future outlook for the boys in the spring.
Super excited about the boys. We have some really good players coming up from 8th grade. We had a strong team this last year.
Yeah.
Finished the highest we've ever have in the last couple of years. So, growing the boys program too. And it used to be one of my first years coaching. I only had 13 boys. I need 14, right? 7 on varsity and 7 on JV. So I went to the dodgeball tournament in the high school and I said, you played in middle school. Will you come play for the tennis team for us?
Really?
Did
it work?
Recruited they did. So we had 14. And this year I have 22 players registered, which is amazing for the boys
and you
team.
might get some late add-ons.
I know I am getting one back that hasn't played in years and decided he wants to play tennis again.
Oh, that's the best. We had the third week of the school year, we had 5 freshman boys decide they wanted to play football.
Oh my gosh.
Because they never played football.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
awesome.
It's like, you know what? This team is working hard. They're never giving up, and we're growing in numbers. And to get 5 kids, no disrespect or anything, but I'm going to go play tennis. I'm going to go play football.
Right.
For the first time ever,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this is great.
Yeah, so it's been exciting to see the numbers grow over the years. And during the camps, too, same thing. I get more and more boys come to the camps every year. And it's hard to compete with, baseball and football and lacrosse.
Right. Why do they have the season split?
Court time. We wouldn't have enough courts. We only have 5 courts.
And that's just not a Loveland problem. That's across everywhere.
Yeah.
You would have to have.
So when varsity's home, JV's away, and vice versa.
Right.
If we had 4 teams, you could only have 2 matches a week.
That's why we have a softball field and a baseball field. If we had one field for both, it wouldn't work out. Yeah. Okay. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
So, well, great. I mean, it's been a great conversation. Anything else to add that we missed, Jenny?
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say, love coaching at Loveland. The AD is so supportive of us, and I appreciate that. Meredith with Lab has been amazing. They got us those trees.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, to help with the wind. The boys' season, really, it's windy up there, and it's hard to play tennis. Yeah.
We
helps with the shade. Yeah, the shade will be a while before it helps, but
because you have shade screens up there now, right?
We do have screens up there now too.
Right.
So just appreciate everything Lab has done for us and has supportive.
Yeah, they've done a good job of really diversifying across all sports.
Yes.
And not just the big 3 or 4 of football, girls soccer.
And Tori Morrison she's coming up to, do a little pizza party for our girls because she saw that we were supporting the middle school team and made posters for them and just to show, random acts of kindness.
Yeah,
and
Ben's way.
Anything. Yes, I love it.
Right.
So it's just feel very blessed to be in this community. Amazing parents, so supportive. I've never had any issues.
Good. Well, congrats on an awesome girls season and best of luck with Marley and her quest to head to state.
Yes,
that'll be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And then take a little break and then get back at it with the boys.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you, Josh.
Hello, this is Elise Knapschafer back for another Loveland High School Weekly Update. So this week is the last week of our quarter, which means that we do have Friday off. And it's also nice because this year we have Monday off as well. So it's a nice 4-day weekend and people are super excited about it. Another new thing this year with the end of the quarter is that we have quarterly assessments in lieu of end of the semester summative. So that way the end of the semester one isn't things that we can't necessarily remember from first quarter that might be more minuscule. And this way it's more specific for what you learned in that quarter and not something bigger like a semester overall. We also have many sports this week. Many seasons are coming to their end, wrapping up. We have one girls soccer game at home, a boys soccer game at home, one girls volleyball game at home, football's away this week at Little Miami, and then cross country has ECCs on Saturday. So we're kind of wrapping everything up this week and we're excited for a new chapter at the high school.
This episode is sponsored by Cappy's Wine and Spirits in downtown Loveland. Tap room, bottle shop, meeting place, great music, gift ideas, and just a traditional watering hole. Cappy's continues to shine during our extended summer with some great music and fundraisers. Thanks, Coach K, for spending some time with me on Thursday night. Congrats on a successful year, and we look forward to seeing how the boys do in the spring. Peace.